everybody, my name is Louisa Baiden, delegate number 10, competing in this year's Miss Ghana pageant. Food is an essential part of our human existence, and in the central region we have a whole variety of finger-licking dishes that will keep you smacking your lips, of which Fante Fante, yes, Fante Fante is one of them. Fante Fante basically originated from the Ghanaian fisher folks trying to find food that will sustain them during their working hours, so they came up with Fante Fante. Nti se pede mesa way Fante Fante the local way, how did you make it? We start by washing our hands with soap under running water. So to prepare Fante Fante, we have our fresh fish, our fresh salmon, we have our salted fish, popularly known as momon. We have our vegetables which have already been prepped. We have our pepper, onion, tomatoes, ginger, garlic, and we have our palm oil. So we start by chopping our vegetables. In here we have our ginger, garlic, pepper, onions, and we blend. So we're about to marinate our fish. Then we add our blended spices and a pinch of salt to taste. We leave our fish on fire for 3 minutes. So we're about to start making our stew. So pick a clean saucepan. Yes, and we already have our momone inside the pan to give it flavor. Then we add our palm oil. A little should be enough. Evenly distribute it. Then we add our onion. So after our onions have been put in, we add our blended spices, which has the ginger, garlic, onions, pepper, into our boiling. Blended tomatoes into our mixture. We give it a stir. Our simmering spices and onions look amazing, and they smell amazing too. Oh my god. In the process of waiting for our stew to cook, Fante Fante can be taken with a whole variety of carbohydrates such as banku, Fante dokno, yams, amongst others. But I prefer Fante dokno and yam. Here we have an already peeled and neatly sliced yam and our already prepared Fante dokno. In cooking our yam, we put a pan of boiling water on fire and gently put each slice. After putting your yams in the pot, you add salt to taste. So our stew has simmered for about 5 minutes, and we are about to put our marinated fish in our sauce. So in pouring it in, you don't have to use a spoon to pick it up, else you have your fish tearing apart. So you have to gently pour it into it, so you don't have your fish tearing. Then you give it a good shake. So we gently stir, so we don't break our fish. And then we add a pinch of salt to taste. And you can also add any spice of your choice. So my food is done and ready for tasting. So on my table, we have our Fante Fante, our boiled yam, and our Fante Kinky with juice. With me here to do the tasting today is Miss Maureen Brooks. Welcome.
Thank you. I think I'll go with the kinky first.
Okay.
Okay, they both taste good, but I think I'll go with the yam.
Oh, okay, you prefer the yam?
Yeah, yam is more like my favorite, so.
Okay. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for joining me to cook Fancy today. I hope you enjoyed it and you try this at home.